Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Tuesday evening from Kindred. It's North Dakota Division A Region 1 Volleyball tonight as the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers will match up with the Vikings of Kindred. I'm Chase Miller, and welcome to our pregame show where the Grovers at 11-3 on the season, 1-0 in Region 1 play, tangle with the Vikings who sit at 7-2 on the year and 1-1 in Region 1 play. The Grovers went 3-2 in Valley City at the tournament over the weekend on Saturday, beating Barnes County North, Hatton Northwood, and Grafton. They lost to Langdon Area Munich and alongside our Redeemers. For the Grovers after tonight, some more Region 1 volleyball on Thursday as they host the Squirrels of Central Cass. We'll have that for you from downtown Fargo right here on your live event.com. From there for the Kindred Vikings, their last matchup was on Thursday, defeating Northern Cass on the road by a final of 3-1 to get them to 1-1 in Region 1 play. Up next here for the Vikings, they will play in Lisbon on Thursday. Brent Dick will have the call for you on that on yourliveevent.com before returning home a week from tonight in a non-region matchup against the Patriots of Mayport CG. We'll take a quick break and we come back after this. Your out-of-town scoreboard, your latest Region 1 standings early on the season. We'll hear from the coaches. That and more still to come on our pregame show here tonight from Kindred.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a Bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a Bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
As we continue here on the pregame show this evening from Kindred, here's a look at your out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Northern Cass is going up against the Central Cass Squirrels here this evening in Hunter. Josh Boyko has a call for you on that one on your liveevent.com in a Region 1 matchup. Also in a Region 1 game, the Huskies of Wahpeton take the trek to Valley City for a date with the Highliners this evening. And then you have Lisbon and Enderlin in a non-region matchup, but a rivalry contest for the Broncos and the Enderlin Eagles. Early on here in Region 1 play where everybody will play each other twice. If you play each other once, it counts as 2 wins or 2 losses against you in the Region 1 counters. Valley City right now with the whole shot at 2-0 in Region 1 play, followed by Oak Grove at 1-0. Central Cass, Kindred, and Lisbon all at 1-1 respectively, currently tied for third. Northern Cass sits at 0-1 and Wahpeton at 0-2 here in Region 1 play. Everything makes its way to Valley City High School for the Region 1 tournament on Monday, November the 10th. If you earn the number 1 seed in the region, you earn a bye into the semifinals and guarantee yourself will be at either the third place or the championship match in that Region 1 tournament, as you want to finish at least in the top 3 in the tournament. If you finish first, you're making your way to Bismarck. If you finish second or third, then you'll make your way to Jamestown for a state qualifier on Saturday, November the 15th. But again, if you earn a bye, that's one less volleyball match that you have to worry about the week of November the 10th, where you could potentially see a team play Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday and we will see a couple of teams do that, making their way through the tournament and trying to get to Bismarck through the state qualifying matches as well. But that's a look at your Region 1 standings and the out-of-town scoreboard as well. Diving into the history a little bit between these two clubs. Last year, Oak Grove swept Kindred in Kindred on November the 4th here. That was right before the Division B, Class B Region 1 tournament here in Kindred. The Grovers would eventually go on and win the Region 1 tournament and make their way to state last season. Oak Grove also in 2023 took 5 of the 6 sets against the Vikings, sweeping Kindred in the regular season, dropping a set in the Shields East-West Classic. That was back again in 2023. For the Grovers, this is their 15th match of the season, second in Region 1 play. Head coach again is Angie Johnson. A couple of players to note. Elena Foster-Devold, a junior outside hitter. When she gets going, it really opens up. Taya Rosted, a middle hitter blocker. Obviously good back row play with an Aspen Jose and Lyndon Broneski, and then a good setter play by Rachel Christensen, just to bring up a couple of Fargo Oak Grove players here in the pregame. Well, for the Kindred Vikings, this is match number 10 of their campaign. This is their third in Region 1 play here for head coach Autumn Schaefer. And what they had going back on Thursday in Hunter was their two middles really had an outstanding performance in both Kate Odegaard and also with Lila Kittleson. They had a really nice 1-2 combination with either kills at the net with blocks, and obviously a sprinkle in what Taylor Sanders can do. She's a walking something in the teens, a kill category. It seems like consistently every single night. Mallory Keller then cleaning up the stuff in the back row as libero. You'll see the two centers tonight of Collins McQuillan and also Lauren Ocken here this evening as well for the Kindred Vikings. We'll take a quick break, and we come back after this. We'll hear from the coaches. First up, we'll hear from Angie Johnson from Fargo Oak Grove. Then we'll hear from Kindred's Autumn Schaefer. That's it of the starting lineups and the opening tip here this evening for Division A Region 1 Volleyball in Kindred on your live event.
For the last 25 years, Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties has been serving the real estate needs of the Fargo-Moorhead area and surrounding communities. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Carlita is ready to help you evaluate the market and make the right choice for you. Take the first step into settling into your next home by calling Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties at 701-367-5918. Experienced, confident, qualified. Carlita Dietz.
Join us for the Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run, Saturday, October 4th at Oak Grove Park. Every step you take supports Grover athletes, providing equipment, travel, live streaming, and more. Register today at GroverAthleticClub.com and be part of the Oak Grove Homecoming Fun. The Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run. Let's go, Grover Nation.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
As an American Family Insurance agent, Chris and Monica Heisey look out for what matters to you most, even when nothing is wrong. These days, everyone wants to save money, and they can show you how easy it is to have multiple policies by combining your auto and homeowner's insurance. Let Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance put some change back into your pocket. For more info, visit chrisheisey.com. That's chrisheisey.com for all the details. As we continue on the pregame show here today from Kindred, this interview brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. Joining us here from the Oak Grove perspective is Angie Johnson as they tangle with the Vikings in a Region 1 contest. And Angie, let's just start there. A little bit different this year for some of the old Class B coaches now coming into A, where you get to play teams for a double round robin. So you'll play Kindred again coming up later on this season. So from a coaching perspective, how does that change compared to prior years as a B coach where you only played them once in the regular season, and then that was it unless you played them again in the regional tournament?
It doesn't feel I don't feel as tight this time around. I think, you play a good team once, and it's kind of, this is it, and that's your only shot at them. So I really like being able to see them twice. We'll see them kind of more at the beginning of the year, and then we go about our season and get to see them again at the end, and just as we prepare for that region tournament.
As you take a look at the Kindred Vikings, obviously coming with a tough loss in 5 to Valley City, but bouncing back with the win at Northern Cass, what just kind of stands out from their perspective? Obviously, Taylor Sanders on the outside, but they had some pretty good middle play as well against Northern Cass, Angie. So what's something that's going to be a challenge here later today?
Yeah, always being in this gym, there's a ton of energy. I know their student section is really loud and their fans are really loud. So just being able to manage that and just trying to slow down their outside. We're not ever going to stop her, so we just got to make sure we know where she is and that we're ready to dig a ball, because she's very good at mixing up her different shots and, just making sure to get up a block on every single one of their hitters so that we can play defense around it.
As you take a look at your schedule, I know in volleyball it's either the front, the middle, or the end, but you get a lot of volleyball at some particular stretch, and you're kind of going through that with Valley City tournament over the weekend, a match here tonight, a match on Thursday with Central Cass, and you're back at it for a couple next week as well. So what do you do as a coach knowing that this is a lot of volleyball in a short amount of time for these girls, which everybody goes through just at different junctures throughout the calendar year here, Angie?
Yeah, I think just our focus is just getting a little bit better each day. We work on a lot of different things in practice, and then we go play, and then we see, okay, how do we do with those things? Do we need to continue to work on them or kind of change it up a little bit? So I think we saw a lot over the weekend that we needed to work on. I think the girls came in ready yesterday to prepare for Kindred. So I think that's just one day at a time, one game at a time, and that's what you got to do.
What's I guess you could say, is it digs? Is it passing? Is it blocking? What's one area that you've talked about with the team so far early on this season?
I think just defense. I think we need to be a little bit more aggressive on defense, go for those balls. They're not going to be hit at us, so we need to make sure that we're ready to move and making sure that we're watching the different hitters. I think we get caught watching the ball a little bit, and then we're trying to be reactionary versus proactive to the ball.
Hey, Angie, as always, good to see you, and best of luck here tonight.
Thank you.
And again, Coach Johnson for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers will continue with more on our pregame show after this.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community. One that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
As we continue on our pregame show here today from Kindred, this interview brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. It's the Vikings and the Grovers for Region 1 Volleyball. Joining us from Kindred's perspective is their head coach, it's Autumn Schaefer. Autumn, let's just recap the Northern Cass match on Thursday before we talk about the Grovers. Just what did you really see from your team to come back on the road and earn a quality Region 1 win that you hope to carry over tonight and moving forward throughout the season?
Yeah, we actually just talked about this as a team and also with our captains, that everybody just had the drive and the passion. You could tell everyone was really playing for one another. They really had the drive. They wanted to win, but they wanted to win for each other. So I hope we can see that again tonight.
As you see the Grovers, what do you remember about them last year? It was the end of the regular season right before tournament time. So what's going to be a challenge tonight here against Oak Grove Autumn?
Yeah, they don't make a lot of mistakes. They're able to keep the ball in play a lot. And they're very smart with the ball, so they're able to see the open spots, and so we have to be able to read quickly, but also be able to put the ball away quick too, because they're a scrappy team. They're kind of all over the court, and so we have to show up just as equal as that, or even more.
That transition game can be paramount when you got a good libero in the back to make some good passes, get some good digs. That helps. Obviously, Mallory Keller just continue to grow here in this sophomore season.
Yeah, she's been amazing. She wants to win. She has that passion, but she also has that drive internally. So if something's not going her way, or she messes something up or makes a mistake or whatever that may be, she wipes it out of her mind clean, and she's able to come back from that almost immediately. So seeing that bounce back within her helps her be a better leader to her team, because they see that she doesn't take her mistakes through 3, 4, 5 points. She's able to get rid of it and do better in the next one.
What have you seen so far? It's been early on this season, but Valley City, Northern Cass, what do you hope to continue in region play, try to get a good region win here tonight? Autumn, what have you seen just in 2 region matches from your club early on?
We've had really good reading opportunities, so being able to read and get up on the block, also being able to have a good defense. We're talking a lot in the back row. We're getting good balls back up. We've also seen a really good turnaround in our serve receive. So we're not getting stuck in serve receive for 5, 6, 7, 10 points. We did that a lot last season, and so being able to grow and make a comeback in that way has been monumental for this team.
Autumn, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here tonight.
Thank you.
And again, Coach Schaefer for the Kindred Vikings will continue with more on the pregame show after this.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Those interviews brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency with our coaches' conversations here. Go to the man that wants a shot at your business with DJ Coulter. Go to djcoulter.com. Your auto, home, life, business, and farm insurance agency that wants a shot at your business. Again, that is djcoulter.com. Chase Miller with you here this evening as we take a look at the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers and the Kindred Vikings and what's coming up next for both of these clubs. For the Oak Grove Grovers, they will continue with a Region 1 theme here on Thursday night, hosting the Central Cass Squirrels. We'll have that for you on yourliveevent.com. Well, for the Kindred Vikings, we will have their next couple of games between football and volleyball on Your Live Event. Thursday night at Lisbon on Your Live Event with Brent Dick. And then a reminder, Kindred's football game against Jamestown is at 6 o'clock on Friday at West Fargo Horace. One more time, 6 o'clock for the kickoff on Friday at West Fargo Horace. That is also on yourliveevent.com between the Vikings and the Jamestown Blue Jays. Some more games, upcoming schedules, that and more throughout the month of September. And as we dip into October, postseason in November with winter sports around that, go to our website or simply subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching Your Live event. The Grovers trying to improve to 2-0 in Region 1 play with the win and get to 12-3 overall in the season. While for the Kindred Vikings, they're trying to get to 8-2 on the season with a win and improve to 2-1 in Region 1 play with a W here this evening as well. Also tonight on your live event in Region 1 play, Central Cass at Northern Cass. You have a non-region matchup with Lisbon at Enderlin. And then in another region game will be Wahpeton at Valley City. We'll keep you apprised of how those scores wrap up throughout the course of the night as well. We return. It's the starting lineups and the opening serve. It's the Grovers and the Vikings for a little Division A Region 1 volleyball here in September on your live event.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
As we get ready for the starting lineups here for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers, they'll go like this. Rachel Christensen will be in the starting lineup here this evening. Also, Taya Rosted here, a senior at 5'8". You'll have Lyndon Broneski, a junior defensive specialist at 5'3". Molly Welsh will be a setter and an outside hitter at 5'10". From there, you have Kelly Wisegram, a junior middle blocker, also at 5'10". Alana Foster-Devold, a junior outside hitter at 5'11" here. And then Aspen Jose will be in the libero spot this evening for the Grovers. The Grovers with their maroon uniforms here tonight with the white numeral and lettering outlined in black. Head coach is Angie Johnson, her first year at the helm here for the Grovers. From there, it'll be the Kindred Vikings in their starting lineups here this evening in their white attire here for Kindred with the blue numbers, as they'll go like this. Ivy Trembeth will be a sophomore outside hitter at 5'7". Also, you got Lila Kindleston here, a senior middle hitter at 5'8". Taylor Sanders here in the starting lineup for the sophomore all-region selection from a season ago at 5'11". Also, Lauren Aachen, a senior setter at 5'2". You have Collins McQuillan also will be part of that sitter and opposite rotation at 5'9". You have Kate Odegaard, a sophomore middle hitter at 5'10". And in the starting lineup as well will be your libero here in Mallory Keller at 5'2". That's your starting lineups for the Vikings. Head coach is Autumn Schaefer. When we return, it'll be the opening serve between the Grovers and the Vikings for Region 1 Volleyball here on your liveevent.com.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
When you think about North Dakota State College of Science, don't think about college. Don't think about desks. Don't think about buildings. Don't think about our expert instructors or our high-tech classrooms. Think about that new pickup you'll soon be driving. Think about decorating your first apartment. Think about that great job that's already waiting for you. Then, think about how you'll be doing all of those things in just 2 years. North Dakota State College of Science, the smarter way to college.
Let's get ready to play some volleyball here on a Tuesday. Chase Miller with you from Kindred for Region 1 volleyball action here between the Grovers and the Vikings. What used to be a Class B Region 1 rivalry continues here now in Division A for Region 1 in this 3-division system. Battle of number 3 in the state of Oak Grove to Kindred at number 5. Every 2 weeks is when we'll get the new volleyball polls. New polls coming out and next week. The Vikings will be sent to the service line here with Lauren Onken. The opening serve at 7:07, and we're underway here in Kindred. Joseph with a good pass to Christensen. Here comes Elena in for the kill. Foster Devold quickly here for the Grovers on the board. Elena here, the junior at 5'11". And with what Fargo Oak Grove can do, it kind of starts with her in terms of a blocker or where you need to put up at least 2 at particular times. And then that will give the opportunity here at different spots, as we'll make sure we get the rotation properly here on who's going to head to the service line for the Grovers. This will be with Lyndon Broneski. So Broneski with a running jump serve here into the middle. Keller with the pass. This will come tight. With the block will be Elena. Foster Devold 2, Kindred scoreless. Viking team, the Class B Region 1 champs from a season ago, as this will make it now a 3-0 in favor of the Grovers. So Kindred looking for a good pass right now to set up the offense. After having the first serve of the match, the Vikings will like another crack at it, as this will go into the net. First point here for the Vikings. It's coming now the service line here for Kindred will be Caitlin Brink. As Brink, the senior, defensive specialist at 5'5", on to serve. Does have the capability to earn a couple of aces throughout a volleyball match. As this one will be up and over, back right corner to Elena. This will come back to Foster Devold for the side, through the kill and down for the points. Off the side of the block as Collins McQuillan was trying to put one up there. Make it 4-1 in favor of the visiting Oak Grove Grovers. These two teams again will see each other later on in the year in this double round robin matchup this season for regional play. Aspen Jost this service line. Vikings will set near sideline. Sanders through the block and down for the kill. Taylor gets her first one of the evening. It's now 4-2. As Keller will head to the service line here for the libero for the Vikings. As Mallory just off the wrong side of the ribbon from a Kindred perspective, just couldn't roll over the net. It'll be the first service error of the match here for the Vikings. So one service error for both teams early on here this evening. As a serve will be coming out of Molly Welsh, a sophomore at 5'10". Welsh with the serve, back right corner. This one will be tight, and this will be back over the net. Nicely done by the Vikings to keep it alive. Foster Devold up and over on the third. Mallory Keller able to help this one out at the 10-foot line. Free ball over by Sanders. Grovers will be tight. This one might be into the net, and it will be by the setter, Molly Welsh. Just off the pass, it was going to be awfully close, and we'll have a net violation here. It's 5-3. As you take a look at the calendar here, crazy to think that it'll be November the 10th is the Region 1 quarterfinals Getting close to 2 months away from a state volleyball tournament. Up and over here for Rachel Christensen, and Christensen will eventually get the point. It's 6-3. Not a lot of long volleys so far here in the opening 9 points between the two. What about over the net? You get it down for the point. Maybe you get one return, and that's about it. As both teams feeling each other out here early in this one. That was close, but a service error here on Foster Devold will be the second one of the night here for the Grovers, as Kindred is back within 2. So for the difference in this set, the opening 3 points here for Oak Grove to start this one off. Sanders with the serve just over the ribbon. Nice dig by Joe. Set to the outside over the double block there, and the attempt is middle as Collins McQuillan will set. Here goes Ivy Trembeth with a tip. Jose back to middle at the 10-foot line. Little power tip down the line for the kill. Claire able to utilize that for the 5'10" outside sophomore. And now it's 7-4. As using corner to corner right now here for the Grovers. As Geiger comes onto the service line here for the 5'6" senior defensive specialist. Back to the opposite libero. Collins McQuillan to the near side. Trembeth up and over on the third. Chance to use it though. Welsh set middle. Wisegram trying to get the tip. Unable to get it over the net. And the Vikings will take the point here at 7-5. If the Grovers can win, they can at least keep pace with Valley City as the only undefeated team in Region 1 play so far early on. The Vikings looking to pick up a win and see if they can go from tied to third to tied for second or be second in their own right. As we'll see a net violation here, it's now 7-6. 7 teams, you get 12 region games, so everyone has their own implication throughout the course of the year and what a tiebreaker might bring, as we expect Region 1 to be very competitive this season, as this one will come across the net by Christensen. Back bump on the way. Here goes Jordheim up and over with a good spot in for the points. Jenner Jordheim, and just like that, the Vikings have rattled off 3 consecutive points. Their first tie here of set number 1. In the original top 5, you had Oak Grove, Kindred, and Northern Cass receiving votes of Central Cass and Valley City. Oh, by the way, you got Lisbon and Wahpeton as well. That just shows you what the state media thought about this particular region, as Kindred will have their second service there. This could be similar to what basketball has been, where I think teams from the East feel like they have maybe a tougher top and bottom region than what we've seen in girls and boys basketball the last couple of years. Once you get to those qualifiers, those are just dogfights to try to make it to a state tournament. Sanders over, and Sanders with a back row attempt for the kill. That'll be her second. We're tied at 8 apiece. But for volleyball fans, it'll be a new experience this year, having a qualifier at the University of Jamestown at Harold Newman Arena, where the second seed from the Region 1 will play the third from Region 2 and vice versa, as we have our 5th service error combined of set number 1, as the Grovers will take the lead back here at 9-8. We'll have that state qualifier for you on yourliveevent.com in the middle part of November. A serve will be on the way with Broneski, back left corner. Helping this one out is Keller. Free ball over on the third by Kindred. Christensen goes outside. Here goes Foster Devold. And eventually it pinballs around and gets across the net. Nicely done by Kittleson. Elena Foster Devold. Sanders is there with the dig. Here comes Kittleson. Christensen keeps it alive. Helped out by the Grovers. Free ball over on the third by Broneski. Vikings, where will they go? Middle. Kittleson, little power tip. There to help it is Bronetsky. Back bump. Foster Devold hits it to the back left corner and out of play. Really nicely done by Collins, McQuillan, and Kittleson to essentially steal a point there for the Vikings, as we're tied here at 9. Third tie of set number 1 here, as it still feels like summer through the middle part of September. We'll see if you're a cross-country or a football fan of what the weather brings throughout the rest of the week. A chance of some showers making its way through the Red River Valley and the region. Service, this will come into the middle. Outside tip with the left hands will be blocked. Collins McQuillan earns the block. And Kindred will serve for the first time with the lead. Collins had a really nice As we'll see the serve upcoming here again for Kindred. As this is going to be down for the kill here for Elena Foster-Devil. Able to earn the points, make it now 11-10. So Elena gets her third of the match, tied with Taylor in that category. And the Grovers able to get the serve back on their side of the net. As they will. Service upcoming here for Jose. Up and over. Keller is there in the back. This one's set by Onken. McQuillan. This one gets through, and eventually Christensen pushes it over. Was it pancaked by Keller? They say it was not. Mallory gave it the full effort on that one, trying to keep it alive. Christensen able to get that over for the point. It's 11-all. Service here for Aspen Jose. Jose to the back right corner. Onken, Kittleson, couldn't see much there. Is this one by Rosted able to earn the block? Taya Rosted with her first block of the evening, and the Grovers back up by a point. Service here continues for the senior libero and Jose. One flutters across the net to Keller. Onken here at the 10-foot line. Comes Sanders cross court. Foster-Devil is there. Christensen with a quick push to the back right, and she will take it. It's 13-11. Good spot by Rachel. Just kind of maybe seeing that back row a little out of sorts. Able to push that one across. Earn the point. 13-11 here for the Grovers. Aspen Jose back to serve. Keller with a nice pass to Onken, looking for the dump opportunity, covered by Broneski. Set outside Foster-Devil. This one kept alive by Brink. Kindred near side. Taylor Sanders down the line. Christensen is there. Here comes Foster-Devil with a little power tip. Keller able to keep it moving. Vikings to Kittleson through the side of the block and down for the points. Lila Kittleson gets her first kill of the match, and the Vikings are back within one. Serve here for Keller. Keller into the middle. This one will come to Christensen. Foster-Devil with the left hand gets it over, covered by Sanders. Vikings back set. McQuillan over the double. Rachel Christensen with the dig, as this will be free ball just over the net on the third. Vikings, Collins to the outside. Down the line, good spot. Joe's trying to keep it going, unable to do so, and we're tied at 13 apiece. Fifth tie of the opening set here this evening in Kindred between the Vikings and the Grovers. Largest lead is 3 here in this first set. Keller with the serve. Jose will play this one. Christensen back set, right-handed swing. Keller keeps alive after the attempt by Welsh. Into the middle. Here's a up and over on the third there by Odegaard. Outside, Foster-Devil with the tip, and eventually we will see a lift violation here on Kindred. It's the first time we've really seen Elena use not so much a power tip, but more of a traditional style of tip over that double block. As the serve here will be with Molly Welsh. Welsh on the serve, unable to get that one over the net, as we've seen 3 service errors for both teams. So sometimes in a tight match, you can go back to the service line and see who maybe had 2-3 more than the other opponent and say that's the reason why. As Brink will come on, make that McQuillan, coming onto the service line. As she does, she puts one right over the net. Grovers, here comes Christensen up and over on the third. Collins will set near side to Sanders, cross-court in for the points. Taylor Sanders going sideline to sideline for her fourth kill. The Vikings take a 15-14 advantage. As we'll see this one here for Kindred to McQuillan. Part of the 6-2 rotation here for Autumn Schaefer tonight. And eventually Sanders at the net. Able to put that one across after the pass here by the Grovers, as Kindred matches their largest lead here of the opening set at 2. McQuillan going short. Foster-Devil with the pass. This one comes to Rosted. Little power tip is down for the points. Quickly, Rosted able to see that back right corner where the Grovers have exposed a little bit here in this opening set against Kindred. Service here for Foster-Devil. Into the middle, Keller with the pass to Collins. She will back set. Here goes Sanders. No touch at the net, out of play. We're tied here for the 7th time in set number 1. This has the feeling of what Vikings fans a week ago saw a 5-setter here against Valley City, what was an absolute thriller. Vikings came out short in that match, but it had that feel of postseason volleyball early on in the year, as the Grovers now have rattled off 3 consecutive points and have taken the lead by 1. Both teams with both timeouts remaining here in the set. Foster DeVold will come to the middle to Keller. Collins McQuillan near sideline. Here goes Jordheim for the kill. Jenner with her second. Inside at 17. As we'll see a substitution as Trembeth will come on and play the front. Sanders will head to the service line here for Kindred. Someone looking for their first ace tonight. Sanders to Foster DeVold. Back over on the Vikings side. Grover's now a chance to use it, but just a miss set there by Welsh. The Vikings will take full advantage of it. It's 18-17. As Taylor Sanders to serve. 4th service error here for the Vikings. That's coming on to the service line now for the Grovers will be Sophia Geiger. As Geiger getting the opportunity here for the senior. Grovers, all senior laden here. Handful of juniors, 1 or 2 underclassmen on the roster this season. Collins McQuillan, this will be power tipped, and the Vikings giving the Grovers a little taste of their own medicine. Jenner Jordheim in the back right corner for the point. 19-18. Here's the Vikings stretch out, looking to stretch out this lead as they will come to the service line with Kate Odegaard. Odegaard into the middle. Good pass here for the Grovers as they will back set to Christensen, as Christensen will earn the down the line shot. Just a little push over the net, 19 all. As the Vikings and the Grovers have been nip and tuck so far here in set number 1. Christensen into the middle. Collins McQuillan will set. This one is tipped, kept alive by Christensen. Free balled over by the Grovers. Kept alive by Sanders. Collins McQuillan goes back, set Jordheim over the double. Jose will see this one free balled then by Welsh. Vikings set near sideline. Trembeth over. Jose is there. Christensen will go to the outside as this one goes off the top of the block by Middle and down for the points. Claire Middle's got 2 kills so far here in this first set. 20-19, Oak Grove out in front. Service here for Christensen. Christensen into the middle. Vikings with the back bump on the way. Free ball by Collins McQuillan. Jose with a nice quick pass to Christensen on the transition. This one off the side, and eventually Wisegram earns the point, and we get a quick timeout here for the Kindred Vikings. Time on the floor, brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Grovers lead by 2 late here in the first.
Join us for the Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run, Saturday, October 4th at Oak Grove Park. Every step you take supports Grover athletes, providing equipment, travel, live streaming, and more. Register today at GroverAthleticClub.com and be part of the Oak Grove Homecoming Fun. The Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run. Let's go, Grover Nation.
Timeout again on the floor, brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. For more information, go online to kindredstatebank.com. That again is kindredstatebank.com. As the Grovers lead it by 2 here in set number 1 this evening in Kindred. Nice crowd on hand here for the Viking faithful. Also for those who traveled from Fargo here for an early Region 1 matchup. As we'll see the service for Rachel Christensen. Christensen with the serve to Keller with the quick pass to Collins. Here's a back row attempt by Sanders off the side of the block from Wisegram. Grover's back set. Welsh up and over on the third. Sanders to Collins, pushes it across on the second. Grovers to the outside. This one coming by middle. Sanders with a nice pass to Collins. Near side, Trembeth with the push. Christensen is there. This one helped out by Welsh to the outside middle again. Pushed across. Sanders, Collins. This will go to Jordheim. Unable to get that tip across the net. Longest volley of the night goes to the Grovers. Oak Grove with 4 consecutive points here as they lead it by 3. And that's what they need to finish off set number 1. Christensen with the serve. Keller with the pass to McQuillan here. Back row attack by Sanders with the tip, and a good spot for that one. Taylor has her 5th kill of the match. 22-20. As Oak Grove sees that lead tripping down now to 2. As we'll see the Vikings with the serve to Onken. Grovers with the back bump. This one will be tight. Pushed across in a good spot. Molly Welsh saw that one tight, kind of running out of real estate, and said, let's get this one over on the second. 23-20 Grovers here in set number 1. Broneski with a rocket across, and then just unable to help it out here for Kindred. Makes it 24-20. As the serve will be on the way here for the Grovers. Mallory Keller helps it out. This one will be tight, eventually pushed over. Grovers, Foster Devold. Was it touched? Yes, it was. And that'll do it here for set number 1. The visiting Grovers take the opening set by a final of 25-20. Our set recap, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage, is around the corner here in Kindred.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Prairie Supply has the expertise to help you tackle even the toughest jobs, from concrete and rebar to heat and winter construction services. Prairie Supply has extensive product lines with professional on-site solutions you can trust. Prairie Supply is a supplier of construction equipment and materials specializing in, but not limited to, concrete construction. Prairie Supply supporting the hard-working contractors in the field or at the drawing board. Visit prairiesupply.com today.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
As we get to our set recap, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage. Wahpeton at Valley City just getting underway. Lisbon at Enderlin just getting underway. And up in Hunter, last look, Central Cass leads in set number 1 over Northern Cass, 14-11. Squirrels over the Jags again in set number 1, 14-11. Here in Kindred, opening set, Elena Foster-Devold with 4 kills. He had 3 by Christensen. Taylor Sanders had 5 kills here to lead the floor for the Kindred Vikings, 3 by Jenner Jordheim. Both teams not efficient enough, if you would probably ask the coaches from the service line. Oak Grove with 3 service errors. Kindred, they had 4. That's our set recap, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage, in which Oak Grove won 25-20. Locally owned and operated First Class Mortgage, more than the company name, it's the way they do business. If you're looking for a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates, go online to firstclasscorp.com. That again is firstclasscorp.com. Chase Miller with you here in a volleyball match that got underway back at 7:07 here this evening. As the Vikings, clad in white here, down 25-20. Back and forth. He had 10 ties in the opening set before eventually you saw Oak Grove finish on a 7-1 run to close out the first set. First Class Mortgage, located on 13th Avenue and 25th Street in Fargo. Grovers on to serve here to begin the second. Lyndon Broneski with the serve into the middle. Mallory Keller to Onken with the set. Here comes Collins McQuillan through the block. Christensen with the push back right corner. Keller able to help it out. Onken with the bump near side to Taylor Sanders for the point and the kill. Sanders gets her 6. Nicely done by Keller to keep that one alive in the back right corner. As the Vikings will be playing with a lead to begin set number 2. There's Mallory Keller here, the sophomore, onto the service line for the Vikings. As Keller gets this one across. Nice serve, Grovers. Welsh over on the third. Keller to Onken, near side. Here comes the Vikings, as that was a good swing by Odegaard, and eventually the points from the middle, and the Vikings have taken a 2-0 lead early here in set 1. Trying to turn the script around on the Grovers, in which Oak Grove took the first 3 points of set number 1. The Vikings trying to do that here in set number 2. Keller with the serve. Broneski, nice pass to Christensen. Foster Devold. We're going to see a net violation, as this one will be against Odegaard, and the point will be awarded here to the Grovers. Make sure later on you stay tuned to our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show and take a look at the final numbers. Get you ready for matches to come. Out-of-town scoreboard, that and more on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game report. Outside Sanders, good double. This will be out of play, no touch on the help by Brink, and we'll see the point awarded here to Sanders for her match-leading 7th kill. 3-1 Vikings here in the second. As Collins McQuillan back to the service line here for Kindred. Back right corner, Foster Devold to Christensen. Back set. This one is tipped right back across them by Sanders. Christensen to Elena to the outside. Over the double. Collins McQuillan keeps it alive. Here comes Sanders with a power tip and a good spot in the back right corner. 4-1 Vikings. Kindred a little bit more scrappy here in the opening part of the second set than maybe what we saw in set number 1. Service here for Collins McQuillan, back right corner. Christensen will go to the outside, and Foster Devold puts one down. Elena with her team high 5th kill of the match. Makes it 4-2. Well, that's where it starts again for the Grovers. Similar to Sanders here for Kindred. When those two can get going, just can open up a lot of other things, as this was not touched out of place. Service here for the Grovers. That'll be their 4th, and the Vikings will take it now at 5-2. Served by the aforementioned Sanders on the way. Sanders into the middle. Good pass to Welsh. Bumps it to Christensen over the double. Keller to McQuillan near side. This one needs to get over by Trembeth. Christensen with the block. Jortheim helps it out, and then Trembeth with the push over on the third. Welsh set outside. Foster Devold will put one down for an indentation kill. It's 5-3. And the service upcoming by the aforementioned Elena. Service, as this will be back set off the side of the block and down here for the Vikings. Kate Odegaard earns the points. It's now 6-3. There's the serve here for Kindred. Odegaard back left corner. Rosted is there. Set to the outside. Here comes Middle over the double. Quickly pushed across by Collins McQuillan. Grovers back set, free ball by Christensen. Sanders to McQuillan here, set. This one goes to Kittleson. Oak Grove back set, Christensen on the attack. Kindred helps this one out by Collins. Kittleson able to get that one across. Good spot on the third hit. Now it comes back. Middle able to get that one over on the third. Back set, Jordheim over the double, and eventually earns the points. Jenner Jordheim with the kill. It's 7-3. Vikings lead by 4. This will be their largest lead of the volleyball match so far here for Kindred. Serve will continue for Odegaard. Jose, Welsh able to get that one over on the second. Collins set middle. Here comes Kittleson, and Kittleson earns the points. Lila with her second kill. The Vikings up 8-3. Get another 1 or 2 points here might force an early timeout by the Grovers and head coach Angie Johnson. Odegaard with the serve. Aspen Jose to Welsh set outside. Here comes middle over the double. Collins McQuillan to the near side. Right-handed swing by Trembeth. Christensen puts it right back across the net. Collins will set up to Jenner. Hits one down the line for the points. And we've seen the back right corner be awfully good for both teams here tonight. And indeed, we do see a timeout on the floor. Brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Vikings up by 6.
The Ringneck is the perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. They have a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2461. That's 701-645-2461. For more information and daily food specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. That's the Ringneck in Leonard.
High school volleyball here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Time on the floor brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Go online for more information to KindredStateBank.com. That again is KindredStateBank.com. Talk to Jim Pearson and the crew at Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. So for the Vikings, able to get Jordheim, Kittleson, Sanders, Odegaard all with at least a kill so far early here in this second set as they've taken a 9-3 lead. And this is the largest lead for either team here from the first or the second set. The second set, in Oak Grove won 25-20 in set number 1. Vikings trying to tie it up at 1 apiece here after a good start in the second. There will be an ace here for Kindred. First one of the night for the Vikings. Odegaard will get her name in the scoring column here from the service line. It's 10-3. As Odegaard, the sophomore at 5'10", with the serve again, that'll be out of play. Vikings their 5th service here, and the Grovers will take the service line here. And they'll make a couple of substitutions as Geiger will come on. Also coming on to play the front row will be Wisegram. Kaylee will come on as well as Elena Foster-Devolm. After a quick breather, she'll come back and play the back row. Grovers with the serve. Keller with the bump. Here comes Trembeth, and there's a good block out of the net. That one coming by number 8 in Wisegram. Her first block of the evening as the Vikings see that lead trimmed down to 5. Service here for Geiger. Coming short, Keller with the pass to McQuillan. Quickly to Kittleson, looking for that little power tip blocked by Christensen. Back set, here comes Sanders. Right-handed swing is down for a back row attack. As Sanders earns her 9th kill of the match. Service. Into the middle, Jose. This one comes to the Grovers. Back set push by Christensen. Able to get enough of that little tip off the side of the block. Christensen with her 4th kill. The Grovers are back within 5. This was the hill to climb, if you were, for Kindred in the first set, where the Grovers are right now trailing by a couple of points. But this will help as you get an ace to make it 11-7. So both teams with 1 ace here in this second set. Grover's back within 4 with the serve. Christensen back right corner, and that's another ace. Make it 11-8. 3 consecutive points rolled off by the Grovers. As you'll see it again here for Christensen. Christensen with the running jump serve. Keller is there into the pass to Onken. Set middle. Right-handed swing by Kittleson. Was there any touch? Back row thought there might have been a touch. There was none granted. Makes it 11-9. Service. Christensen. Back left corner. This will be tight. Able to get that one across is Kittleson. Christensen set middle. Here comes Wisegram. Onken able to help it out. Now a free ball over by Kittleson. As then Jose runs into her teammate in the back by Geiger. As you'll see it now at 12-9. As the Vikings will take a 3-point lead here halfway home in set number 2 for Kindred as Brink will head to the service line. Vikings looking to get to 8-2 on the year with the win. Grovers looking to get to 12-3 on the season with a W this evening. Brink down the line, pass set outside at the 10-foot line as well. This one will go out of play, 13-9 Vikings. And also, Oak Grove has already used one of their timeouts here in the first set. Kindred, they have both remaining again here in the second. Early on in the second, they had to use it at 9-3 for the Grovers. Brink into the middle, and eventually we'll get the point here at 14-9. So a serve here again for Brink, 14-9. Kindred out in front. As we'll see Brink coming back to serve. This one to the middle. Christensen set. Here comes Wisegram off the left hand there of Lauren for the kill. Wisegram with her second kill of the match. Back to a 4-point deficit here for the Grovers. As a serve will be with Broneski. Broneski into the back right. Sanders is there. Onken with the dump opportunity. Grovers, Christensen to the outside. Foster Devold over the double. There was no touch out of play. And Vikings, as you've seen for a little bit here, teetering back and forth between anywhere a 4, 5, or a 6-point lead here against the Grovers in set number 2. As the serve will come on here for Keller, as Keller will have the service here. Number 6 here on the Vikings. It's now 15-11. Aspen Jose to the service line for the Grovers. This will come into the middle. Pass to Onken. Back set on the way. McQuillan through the double. Back to the Viking side though after the block. Here's a power tip by Sanders. Christensen back set. Welsh able to tip it down the line for the point and the side out. 15-12. Update for you in Hunter. Central Cass takes the first set 27-25 over Northern Cass. So the Squirrels take set number 1 on the road in Region 1 volleyball tonight. Back set Collins McQuillan. We're going to see 4 as it never touched the nets. At a 15-13. Service. This one will make its way to the near side. Sanders. And we're going to see 4 again as it never got across. No touch. Makes it 15-14 from our head official. As Mallory Keller getting the explanation from that. As a point will be awarded here towards Oak Grove. A chance to tie for the Grovers for the first time here in set number 2. Onken, tight. Sanders unable to do much with that one. And we'll see if we get an Autumn Schaefer timeout here at 15 apiece. Got to 15-10, Kindred, but 5 consecutive points here by the Grovers. Jose will continue to serve into the middle. Brink with the pass to Onken. This one comes. Got a little tip and down for the points. It's to Odegaard, and the Vikings will regain the lead here and the serve as it's 16-15. McQuillan to the service line for the Vikings. Collins just off the ribbon and down for the ace. Couldn't have drawn it up any better if you're a Viking fan. It's now 17-15 Vikings. Serve here for Collins. This one will hit the ribbon and go back on the Kindred side. As the Grovers a chance to tie here at the service line with Molly Welsh. As Welsh with the serve into the back left corner. Collins, McQuillan backs it. Here comes Sanders. Double block is there for the Grovers. Keller bump. Here comes Jordheim. Aspen Jost to the Grovers. Outside, here comes Foster Devold. A little tight. Elena able to get the push across. Collins, McQuillan set outside. Sanders through the double, and eventually is going to earn the point. 18-16. Service here for Sanders. As Taylor off the ribbon, Jost with a good pass. This one back set. Foster Devold with the tip, covered by Keller. The second pass, the third one does get across here by Sanders, quickly pushed in by Broneski. Keller back bump. Here comes Sanders' back row attack. Welsh is there. Christensen set to the outside. Foster Devold from the attack line. Collins McQuillan with the dig. Trembeth gets this one over on the third. Grovers set. Foster Devold. Keller quickly unable to get that pass to Collins. It's 18-17. And we got a timeout on the floor here in the second set. Kindred leads by 1. Timeout brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency.
Hi, we're Tommy's Express. Scan the QR code for a fast pass to a free month of washing. Our modern car wash offers a bright, open environment and a low-stress conveyor belt entry. Our signature scent, ceramic body wax, spot-free rinse, and heated blowers give you the best shine in town. Check out the wash for yourself. Washing your car is easy, fast, and fun. Visit Tommy's Express today.
18-17 here in set number 2. Both teams have taken one timeout here in their respective sets. Valley City leads Wahpeton in set number 2, 10-4. Highlanders took the opening set, so Valley City looking to get up 2-0 over the Wahpeton Huskies here tonight in Regional 1 volleyball. And then you also have Lisbon at Enderlin in a rivalry matchup of A versus B, a battle of Ransom County, if you will. And Enderlin took the first set over the Lisbon Broncos in Enderlin. Again, Central Cass took the opening set 27-25 against Northern Cass and Hunter. This one gets across by Trembeth. Grover set outside. Little power, if you will, by middle. Trembeth again from the attack row. Foster Devold back set. This one pushed across by Christensen, covered by Keller. Collins McQuillan with the push over on the second. Jost back set middle with the right-handed fist, able to get that one across, but we're going to have a violation on the net. The Grover bench immediately came off their feet as we're tied for the second time here in set number 2. Service to Kindred. As Odegaard able to get that one across on the third. Welsh set outside middle over the double off the side of Keller. Sanders with a good hustle. Free ball by McQuillan. Grovers, dump opportunity. Keller, McQuillan, and quickly able to get that point here for Welsh and Oak Grove. Welsh just saw everybody going from the service line back to get to their quick positions. Shosi said instead of setting something up, let's quickly get it back across. Makes it 19-18. Serve, and the first time the Grovers serving with the lead. Odegaard trying to change that. Good double at the net by the Grovers. Set here to Trembeth, down for the kill. Ivy with her first kill of the second set. As Odegaard heads to the service line, has one of the two aces here this evening for the Vikings. Jose will set middle. Here comes Rosted for the kill. Rosted with her second of the match. Grover's back up by 1. Opening set, Oak Grove closed out Kindred 7-1 with a 25-20 win in the first. What will happen here in the second? Geiger with the serve. This will go to Collins. Set. Nice little spot for Kittleson off the ribbon, and eventually the point will come down here for Kindred. As we get the 4th tie here of set number 2. As the Vikings here with Lauren Onken to the service line. Onken in the middle to Jose. Grover set. This one tipped and eventually down for the points. Wisegram with the point here. The Grovers will take it 21-20. As we'll see it now for Christensen at the service line for the Grovers. Goes back left. That'll go to Trembeth. Onken with the bump. McQuillan on the attack. This one goes right back over on the Vikings side. Kittleson able to get a good spot for the points. As Lila Kittleson found herself almost in no man's land a little bit and just said, let's get this puppy over. Tied at 21 apiece as the Vikings with Brink back to the service line here for Kindred. Fifth tie here of the second set. Brink with the serve. Christensen. Here comes Welsh on the attack, unable to get that one across. Vikings regain the lead. As we have a timeout on the floor, we'll break with them. Kindred up by 1. Grovers with their last timeout here in the second.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Timeout brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Contact Jim Pearson and the crew at Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency in Kindred or go online to kindredstatebank.com. Vikings up by 1. Grover's out of timeouts here for the remainder of set number 2. While Kindred, they have 1 timeout remaining if needed, as the Vikings have the lead back for the first time since it was 18-17 Kindred. Brink to serve. As she does, back left corner, Christensen set middle to Wisegram. Vikings, this one will be tipped across by Sanders. Grovers, where will they go? Christensen quickly back across. Christensen helps it out. Joust at the net, won by Kindred. Lila Kittleson hammers one down for her 4th kill. A great sprawling attempt by both teams, but Kittleson finally said, let's finish this. Brink to serve. Into the middle. Christensen. Walsh at the 10-foot line on the push. They got to get it over on the 3rd. Brink able to do so. Free ball. Grover's chance to use it. They will come to Wisegram with another tip kill. Back-to-back times here for Wisegram, seeing the front rights across the net. Grovers get the side out. As Oak Grove with Broneski to the service line here just over the ribbon. Sanders to Onken. Sanders right-handed swing. That's in for the points. And we'll see a set point opportunity for the Vikings. As Mallory Keller with the set point here for Kindred. Broneski to Christensen. Foster Devold with the tip. Brink will see this here. Sanders over on the 3rd and just unable to help it out there was Foster Devold on the pass to Christensen. The Vikings will take it 22 here in set number 2. As we are tied at 1 apiece as we get to our set recap, brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage. That is next here in Kindred.
Ada Building Center has been serving the Red River Valley with exceptional customer service and competitive prices. From computer drafting, estimating, on-site consultations, free product delivery, they are there for you from start to finish. Ada Building Center, LLC, Highway 200 East Edge, Ada, or online, adabuildingcenter.com. They'll help you turn your project into a masterpiece. Ada Building Center, LLC, building dreams, one project at a time.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
As we come back and get our First Class Mortgage set recap, Kindred got out early in this one. They led it at 1 point, 10-3. Give credit to the Grovers. They came back and tied it at 15 apiece. Took a lead a little bit after 18 where they went back and forth on some points. And the Vikings eventually, after being tied at 21 apiece, will go on a 4-1 run to finish off set number 2 here for Kindred. Kindred with 2 aces by Odegaard and McQuillan in the set. Rachel Christensen had 2 aces in her own right here for Fargo Oak Grove. Leading kill getter is Taylor Sanders with 12, while on the opposite side, Elena Foster-Diebold with 7 here for the Grovers. 25-20 in set number 1, Oak Grove. 25-22 in set number 2 for the Kindred Vikings. That again is a set recap brought to you in part by First Class Mortgage. It's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. As the Vikings back in action here on Thursday, as they will make their way to Lisbon for a Region 1 contest. Well, for the Grovers, they'll be hosting the Squirrels of Central Cass, and that match will be on Thursday as well. Both of those on yourliveevent.com. As we head to the third, the Kindred Vikings will get their chance. First at the service line here with Lauren Onken. As Onken will come on to serve. The receive here for the Grovers will be to Foster-Diebold. Christensen looking for that dump kill, covered nicely by Keller. Collins McQuillan with the tip and down for the points. Collins with the kill to begin things off here in set number 3. As the Vikings have taken the first point of the third. Foster-Diebold will see this. Into the back. Wisegram over the double. Free ball across by Collins McQuillan. Christensen set to the outside. Foster-Diebold will hammer one down. Lena will have her 8th of the contest as we're tied here at 1 apiece. Service for Aspen Jost. A knuckler across the net. Dug up by Sanders. Here comes Collins McQuillan. Broneski back set. This will go to Foster-Diebold. That's off the net by Kittleson, and Trembeth able to get this one across. Here comes the swing by Wisegram. Tight. Kittleson going to win this joust. Grovers outside Foster-Diebold into the net. And nicely done by Kittleson and Trembeth to steal the point there for Kindred. It's 2-1. Out-of-town scoreboard update. Valley City making quick work of Wahpeton, 25-8 and 25-11 tonight in Valley City, as the Highlanders looking to improve to 3-0 in Region 1 play. As Brink comes on to serve. The Grovers with Foster Devold into the back to Keller. Here comes Sanders. She's going to be blocked. Rosted was part of that party. Now to the Grovers. They will go. Foster Devold off her back heel. Onken with the set near side. Sanders with the tip of the left hand, and we'll see a double on the way. Tied at 2. As the serve will continue, but now for the Grovers here with Molly Walsh. Grovers went 3-2 over the weekend in Valley City, as this will be set down the line. Sanders with the free ball just across, good spot. Here comes a middle power tip by Rosted in for the points. Her third kill makes it 3-2. Over the weekend, the Grovers were able to defeat Hatton Northwood, Barnskye North, and Grafton. They lost to our Redeemers in Langdon area Munich. Well, for the Vikings, they last played on Thursday night in Hunter with a 4-set win over Northern Cass. Collins McQuillan able to get that one through the double and eventually off the hand of Rosted and Christensen, and we're tied at 3 apiece. Service here for Keller. As which team's going to get a little 3-0-5-0 run and separates the question here early on in set number 3. Foster Devold able to put one down for the kill. That'll be her 9th to lead the floor for the Grovers. It's 4-3. That was a little bit of the difference in the first and the second sets. Oak Grove got out early. Kindred came back, tied the game. Script was flipped in the second, as Sanders somehow able to get that one over on the third. Coming middle, Rosted able to get the point and the kill. Taya Rosted starting to heat up now. That's her second kill of the set, her 4th of the match, as the Grovers lead it by 2. And you're going to pay a lot of attention to Foster Devold, obviously. But with her in the back, the question is who can be someone that can step up and get the scoring going here, and it could be Rosted as we get a net violation on the aforementioned Taya. Makes it now 5-4 here. Grovers out in front. Service, sub-calling here for Collins. 5'9" sophomore setter. McQuillan trying to tie this one up at 5 apiece with the serve. Set outside, middle through the double, eventually gets the kill. Claire Middle, the 5'11" sophomore for the Grovers. It's 6-4. And she has been a interesting piece here this evening for Oak Grove, especially when Elena's in the back. We've seen Middle get her opportunities here to try to put the ball down. Speaking of putting the ball down, Odegaard will do so here in her own right after a lift on the way here by the Grovers. 6-5. Here for Oak Grove as a serve will be coming for Sanders. Back left corner. Grovers, just a miscommunication on who's going to hit that one between Wisegram and alongside Middle. We're tied at 6. 4th tie here so far early on in set number 3. Sanders going to come short off the side of Jose and eventually will take the point here at 7-6. So Kindred with the lead. Their first since it was 2-1 Vikings in a match that's just about an hour old here this evening in Kindred. Sanders will go short one more time. Grovers, free ball over on the third. That'll be just out of play by Middle. And so far the serves by Sanders getting the Grovers a little bit off rhythm here right now, as went a little short. We'll see if she continues that or goes a little deeper here. More of the fastball to Geiger. Grovers with Geiger, free ball across on the third. Keller to McQuillan, set near side. Trembeth with a right-handed swing. Welsh able to help it out, pushed across then eventually by Jost. Vikings, where will they go? Coming to the middle by Odegaard. Pass by Geiger, set outside. Middle right-handed swing, blocked at the net. Pushed by Welsh, and that one in for the points. Run in front of the Viking bench. Molly Welsh makes it 8-7. You could have put a 2x2 out there. That would have been close to split the middle for the point. Christensen with the serve. Keller will see this one to Collins. Set right-handed swing by Odegaard off the side of the hand. And now a joust going to be won by the Vikings and a net violation here by Wisegrant. 9-7, Kindred up by 2. Well, with how that Valley City match is going, if Oak Grove loses, everybody outside of Valley City so far in Region 1 play would have a loss in Region 1 competition. If the Vikings can earn this win, they'll be tied for second here in the region early on. Collins McQuillan back set. Jenner Jordheim will see this one into the net. Well, on the opposite side, if the Grovers can win, they would improve to 2-0 on the season. You'd see Northern Cass or Central Cass pick up their second loss here in region play. Wahpeton looking to pick up their third. So interesting early season matchup here for the middle of September for both of these two clubs. Broneski with a good serve. The Vikings get it right back over on the Grover side. Foster Devold cross court out of play. Makes it now 10-8. Seeds 2 through 7 will play in the quarterfinals. The number 1 overall seed will earn a bye into the semis here in the Region 1 tournament this season. Service for Onken. Christensen set. Foster Devold able to tip this one over. Back bump by Keller. Back row attack by Sanders. Out of play. No touch. And the Grovers will take the point. It's 10-9. As a serve will be upcoming here for Aspen Jost. The 5'5" libero here this season. She was last year as well. Aspen with the serve in the back right. Sanders with the good pass to Onken. Back bump. This one tipped by Trembeth, and eventually the Grovers will hit this one across the net on the third. Keller with the bump. This one comes by Trembeth. Grovers back set. This one pushed back right corner. Kindred set middle. Kittleson to Christensen. Set outside to Foster Devold, keeping that alive as Sanders with the dig. Here comes Kittleson. Right-handed swing. Christensen. Rosted blocked. Welsh back right corner and eventually takes the points. Good rally there that goes to the Grovers. Couple that were blocked and right at the net for both teams as Jost on to serve and will continue. Will go short to Collins McQuillan. Onken is there. Free ball by Kittleson off the ribbon. Christensen, middle, Rosted, power tip, back left corner. Sanders able to cover. As this one goes to Trembeth over the double, it's going to hit the railing, and eventually the point will come away towards the Vikings. It's 11-10 in favor here for Kindred. Out-of-town scoreboard update. Central Cass takes set number 2, 25-23 over Northern Cass. So the Squirrels 27-25 and 25-23 lead at 2-0 over Northern Cass and Hunter. Rachel Christensen set outside. Foster Devold over the double and eventually down for the kill. It'll be her 10th of the evening. We're tied at 11 apiece. Set number 1, you saw 10 ties. Set number 2, you saw 5, and we already have 6 here in the third. Welsh with the serve. That'll be the first service error of the set for either club. The 5th here for Oak Grove in the match as Kindred regains the lead here by 1. Mallory Keller to the service line. Keller into the middle. Foster Devold here to Welsh. Set. Here comes Rosted up and over on the double. Keller with the bump. This one at the 10-foot line. Going to be blocked. Rosted able to throw up the block. That'll be her second. That results immediately into a point. As we're tied at 12. Grovers with Foster Devold on to serve. As she comes into the middle to Brink. Odegaard tip, Christensen is there. Welsh set outside. Here comes middle over the double off the attempt by Keller to keep that one going. Middle's got 4 kills on the evening for the Grovers. Been a little X factor here in set number 3. As Oak Grove has the lead for the first time since it was 6-5, and will get a timeout for Kindred, their first here in set number 3. We'll take a break with them. Grovers up by 1.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. It's 13-12 here at Grovers on your liveevent.com. Timeouts again brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Reminder, Vikings football will be on yourliveevent.com from West Fargo Horace on Friday as they host the Jamestown Blue Jays at 6 o'clock. Sanders through the middle. Was there any touch? Nothing granted as the Grovers will take the point here at 14-12. Serve here for Oak Grove as this will be continuing with Foster Devil. Into the middle, Brink with the pass to Onken. Here set. Sanders up and over. Aspen Jost to Rosted, able to get that across and eventually down for the points. Kind of caught between a rock and a hard place there. If you're Sanders, you're thinking the ball's going away from you, and you're seeing that sideline coming more and more into the center view instead of rear view, so you think it's going to go away, and it eventually just dies. And speaking of dying, Foster Devold with her first ace of the match. As that one just flutters out of the air, it's now 16-12. As the Grovers with 5 consecutive points until that service error. But a good run by Oak Grove as now the Vikings will look to answer down by 3 here in set number 3. Set 1 went to the Grovers 25-20. Set 2 went to the Vikings 25-22. McQuillan with the serve. Jose to Welsh. Here comes Rosted through the double. Jordheim able to help it out. Sanders up and over on the 10-foot line. Welsh with the back bump to Christensen, and this eventually will be a point. We'll get a double here on Kindred. 17-13 Grovers. As the serve will be upcoming now here for Geiger. Into the back, Keller is there. McQuillan helps this one out. Pushed across by the left hand. There was a deflection there. Good spot for Odegaard. Kate earns the point. Back down to a 3-point deficit here for Kindred. And Sanders to the service line for the Vikings. Sanders with the running jump serve into the middle. You'll see this with the punch by Wisegram. Trembeth tight. The joust won by the Vikings. The Grovers keep it alive, and Welsh just over the net on the third. And eventually the point will come down off the side of Wisegram with the kill here of Odegaard. 17-15, but good hustle by Geiger to keep that one going for the Grovers. Kindred takes the point, another one to try to get back within 1. Sanders serves. Jose tight to Welsh. Back set. Christensen will see this one. Trembeth across the net. Grovers, they will set middle to the outside for the kill. Claire with her 5th, and a balanced attack here for the Grovers. 10 by Foster Devold, 5 by Rosted, Welsh, and middle, and 4 by Wisegram, and 4 by Christensen tonight in terms of the kill category. Service for Christensen, and she will earn the ace. Christensen with her 3rd ace of the match. as the Grovers have a 4-point lead here in set number 3. Service here for Christensen. Christensen in the back. This will be a service error. Grovers with their 7th. Makes it now 19-16. As we have Kate Odegaard to the service line for the Vikings. Odegaard with 1 ace so far here this evening. The first service there for Kindred in set number 3, the 8th of the match for the Vikings. Grovers 5 points away here from closing out the Vikings here in the 3rd. As Lyndon Berneski to the service line. Sanders with a good pass to Collins. Here comes an attack by Kittleson, quickly through and down for the point for the Vikings. Lila with her 5th kill of the match. Kindred back within 3. As you'll see the serve here for Onken. Onken with the serve back right corner. Elena Foster-Devold to Christensen. Back set right-handed swing by Wisegram. Keller. Kittleson up and over off the deflection of Geiger. Will take it 20-18. Back to a 2-point margin here. Both teams have won a set. Kindred with 1 timeout here left in the 3rd. Grovers have 2. Onken with the serve. Elena Foster-Devold to Christensen. Set. Foster-Devold with the tip. Keller, and eventually Keller to Kittleson. No one is there to help it out on the pass on the 3rd. 21-18. As Jose will head to the service line. This is what to expect on a good chunk of region matchups this season, especially against the top 5 teams in this region on any given night. Could go 4 or 5, and you might end up losing if you don't bring a quality game. Foster-Devold in the back. Sanders is there, set outside Ivy Trembath, and this is going to be a point off the deflection of Christensen. Trembath able to get the kill. That'll be her 2nd, back within 2. So from a fan point of view, can make it a lot of fun. Maybe grow some extra gray hairs, get the heart rolling a little bit more with how close these matches have been early on in the season and what we've seen so far here this evening, particularly in Hunter and here in Kindred. Miscommunication in the back row. Ace on the way for Brink. Back to a 1-point contest and a timeout on the floor, brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. It's the Grovers up by 1.
For the last 25 years, Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties has been serving the real estate needs of the Fargo-Moorhead area and surrounding communities. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Carlita is ready to help you evaluate the market and make the right choice for you. Take the first step into settling into your next home by calling Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties at 701-367-5918. Experienced, confident, qualified. Carlita Dietz.
Oak Grove here in set number 3 had a 20-16 lead, trimmed down now to 21-20. Timeout for the Grovers. They will have 1 remaining timeout, brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. So the Kindred Vikings took the first point of the set. Oak Grove has led the majority. Kindred up 7-6, 8-6, 9-7, 10-9 here. Been tight, but the Grovers have led a good chunk of this 3rd, but the Vikings trying to tie it up here with another quality serve by Brink. Into the back, Broneski to Christensen. Foster-Devold over the double. Keller with a sprawling dig. This will be tight. McQuillan able to get it over on the 3rd. Christensen back set. Here comes Walsh with the push back right corner. And unfortunate there for Brink and Keller, as Keller was ready to cover that one and maybe say got it, but by the time it came to Brink, you would, as a player, play that volleyball coming towards you. Makes it 22-20. 3 points here for the Grovers is what they need. Walsh just missing the back. Service error number 8, and the Vikings will regain the serve. Valley City earns the sweep of Wahpeton, taking set number 3, 25-10. As you'll see Keller to the service line. Jose to Welsh, set. Here comes Rosted with the tip, covered nicely by Onken. Bump on the way. Sanders off the ribbon. Broneski with a dig back over to the Vikings side. McQuillan with the attack, and this one will be a sprung attempt by Welsh, pushed right back over by the Vikings. Set outside Foster Devold with the hammer. 23-21. There are some really good plays by both sides of the net, but the Grovers take the points. Service here for Foster Devold. Keller to Brink. Sanders with the kill. That's Taylor's first kill here of the third set. She's got a baker's dozen here tonight. It's 23-22. Service here for the setter and Collins McQuillan. Jose, this one to the outside, middle with the tip. Brink able to help it. Collins near side. Sanders through the kill. Back to back here for Taylor, and we're tied at 23. It's our first tie since it was 12-all, our 8th of the set. We're back with more to close out the third after this.
Join us for the Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run, Saturday, October 4th at Oak Grove Park. Every step you take supports Grover athletes, providing equipment, travel, live streaming, and more. Register today at GroverAthleticClub.com and be part of the Oak Grove Homecoming Fun. The Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run. Let's go, Grover Nation.
High school volleyball here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Timeout brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Knotted at 23 apiece here in set number 3. Might we go a little extra here in this one? Final timeout for the Grovers. Service to take the lead here for Collins McQuillan. Jose to Welsh. Rosted with the push, or the tip across. This one coming to the middle. Odegaard right-handed swing blocked. Collins will set up Sanders. Another right-handed swing. Jose is there. Welsh to help it out. Free ball over by middle. Keller to McQuillan. Set middle. Odegaard with the tip. Jose able to cover it. This one is tight and eventually can't get across by the Grovers. Kindred with the set point opportunity here in the third. Kindred's first lead since it was 12-11. McQuillan, back left corner. Foster Devold with the dig. This one comes to Rosted. Blocked! The block is down, and the Vikings will take it. Sanders puts the exclamation point on set number 3. 25-23. Kindred takes a thrilling third set, and the Vikings, in doing so, have taken a 2-1 lead here in Region 1 Volleyball. Back with our First Class Mortgage set recap when we return here on YourLiveEvent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
As an American Family Insurance agent, Chris and Monica Heisey look out for what matters to you most, even when nothing is wrong. These days, everyone wants to save money, and they can show you how easy it is to have multiple policies by combining your auto and homeowner's insurance. Let Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance put some change back into your pocket. For more info, visit chrisheisey.com. That's chrisheisey.com for all the details.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community. One that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
As we get to our First Class Mortgage set recap here on YourLiveEvent.com, taking a look at some other out-of-town scores. Lisbon and Enderlin tied at 1 set apiece in Enderlin here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Central Cass leads by 6 in the third against Northern Cass. The Squirrels are looking for the sweep here in Hunter tonight if they can come away with the victory here for the Squirrels, as they're up 20-13 now here in the third. Valley City sweeps by the Wahpeton Huskies this evening in Valley City. So the Highliners, the first team to reach the 3-win category in the Region 1 standings. The Huskies, the first team to reach the 3-loss category here in Region 1 play. Set number 3 goes to the Vikings, 25-23, as Oak Grove led for the majority, especially in the latter part of the set. So how can they bounce back here against Kindred? Kindred led by Taylor Sanders with 14 kills and a big-time block to put the exclamation point again on set number 3. Caitlin Brink with an ace in the third set for the Vikings. Kindred with 3 aces to 8 service errors. For the Grovers, Foster Devold had an ace, and so did Christensen in the third set. Grovers with 4 aces to 8 service errors. Foster Devold with 11 kills here in the match. Grovers won the first 25-20, and the Vikings have came back to take the second and the third 25-22 and 25-23. Service here for the Grovers with Lyndon Broneski. In a match, the Grovers, at least in a set, need to force the fifth, as this will be a block. Sanders will earn the kill going through that, and the point will be awarded here towards the Vikings. As we'll see the serve here for Kindred. Keller hits this one. Tights, eventually pushed across. Onken back set, Collins McQuillan off the ribbon, but the point will be awarded here to the Grovers, as that one was 4, and we'll see a tie. This one gets tipped to the middle. Eventually hit across by Welsh. Onken back set McQuillan over. The Grovers will set Foster Devold. Keller with a sprawling dig. Collins McQuillan with the push across. We'll see this to the outside. Foster Devold through the double. Onken with the set. Here comes Sanders, and a net violation here on the Grovers. Vikings will take the point here. It's 2-1. So far, if anything holds true, whoever has won the first point of the set has eventually gone on and won that particular set. Grovers did it in the first, Vikings did it in the second and the third, and Kindred looking to keep that theme going here in the fourth. Christensen to the outside. Foster Devold going to be blocked. Nice double, and then they just run in between each other there for Christensen and Rosted. It's 3-1 Vikings. That was a serve. Will continue here for Collins. McQuillan with the serve into the middle. Set to the outside. Tipped by Elena Foster Devold. Back set. Jordheim gets this one across. Grovers back bump. Free ball just over there by Jose. Collins to the middle. Odegaard, and we'll eventually see going underneath into the net there as Odegaard makes it now 3-2. Serve back to Oak Grove side here with Molly Welsh. Walsh to serve into the middle. Keller to Collins McQuillan. Back set, right-handed swing there by Sanders. Grovers coming to the line. A big attack that'll be out of play by Foster Devold. And it's 4-2. Serve for the Vikings here for Sanders. As Taylor heads to the line. Going to go short. Jose with a nice pass coming to the middle. Rosted, that might be 4, never got across, and it is 5-2 Vikings. If the Vikings can pick up a win, they would improve to 2-1 in Region 1 play. Oak Grove looking for a win to get to 2-0 in the region. Everybody chasing Valley City early on here this season. Grover set outside. Christensen over the double. And eventually takes the points here for the Grovers. It's now 5-3 as Valley City 3-0 in Region 1 play. With a sweep here this evening of Wahpeton. Northern Cass plays at Valley City Thursday for a Region 1 matchup, as this is going to be hit into the net by Foster Devold. Grovers with their 9th service error. It's 6-3. There's a serve for the Vikings with Kate Odegaard. Odegaard on the serve. Jost with a clean pass. This one comes to the middle, off the block and down for the point by Rosted. She's got her 6th kill of the match. Makes it 6-4. And we'll see Sophia Geiger coming on here for the Grovers. Well, Grove already their 15th match of the season. Helps when you play 5 over a weekend as they did last week in Valley City. Was Kindred with the swinging kill. Trembeth with the 3rd. Well, the Vikings, they will make their way to the Lisbon Enderlin tournament. We'll also have that Shields invite coming up here in October. We'll see some teams from Division AA, some West schools from North Dakota, some South Dakota. Every now and then you get a handful of Minnesota schools that make their way to Fargo for that as well. Grover set to the outside. Here goes middle. Sanders keeps this one alive. Keller, Trembeth up and over to Jose. Welsh with the back bump. This one comes through the middle by Wisegram. Keller sets it up for Sanders for the back row attack. Welsh, dump opportunity covered nicely by Keller. Onken. Collins will be tight, somehow muscles it across. Christensen trying to put it down, kept by Keller. Now free ball over by Kittleson. Welsh, back set. This one up and over by Christensen. Vikings, where will they go? Near side, Trembeth. Welsh to Jose. Off the net, and eventually the point comes down to the Vikings. Just got out of system a skosh there for Oak Grove. And a longer volley here in set number 4 goes to the Vikings. Service, Jose with the pass. Welsh set middle. Wisegram with the tip. Vikings. We'll see this with Collins McQuillan down the line. Jose keeps it alive. Outside middle. Looking for the tip. Here comes Trembeth through the block. Middle able to help it out. Pushed across them by Welsh. Off the left hand by Onken. Free ball over by Trembeth. Grovers. See this one to Christensen. Sanders looking to help it out. Free ball over by Onken. Grover set. Here comes a tip covered by Keller. Onken with the push over on the second. Christensen for the dump. Can't do it. And if you're a Grover fan, you're going, how can we put one down? The scrappy play by Kindred has given them a 5-point lead and a timeout on the floor. Really good hustle there for the Vikings. All 6 players on the floor as the Kindred Vikings have a 5-point lead here in the 4th. Really good hustle play there for the Kindred Vikings. And speaking of hustle, let those at Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency hustle and handle your requests, whether it's from insurance to banking. You can get it all at kindredstatebank.com. That again is kindredstatebank.com. But from a Grover perspective, you got to be wondering, how do you put the ball down eventually? As Elena Foster-Devold will also come on the match, take a little bit of a break. Now for the Kindred Vikings right now, trying to utilize this last couple of points. Take that momentum with you as this one goes off the ribbon. Grovers with a free ball over then on the 3rd. Where will Kindred go? They will set to Kittleson. Little power tip for the points. Lila Kittleson's got her 7th. It's now a 10-4 matchup. As the serve will be on the way here for Kindred with Lauren Onken. Onken in the back right to Jose. As this one will be pushed by Christensen, kept alive by Sanders. And Sanders with a free ball over on the third. Grover set. Here comes a swing. Wisegram. This one will be out of play. 11-4. As Kindred continues to take the lead. Service and work well with the lead, that is. Christensen over the double. We'll see it here for Central Cass in a moment. On the out-of-town scoreboard update, as there's a kill by Collins McQuillan, make it 12-4. In Hunter tonight, Central Cass picks up the sweep against Northern Cass. So the Squirrels go on the road and pick up a win here tonight. Proved a 2-1 on the season. Northern Cass now 0-2 in the region. Middle able to get that one for the points and the kill. Now that's her 6, and the Grovers some work to do. Down by 7. Service here for Oak Grove with Christensen in the middle. That'll go out of play. Service there. The Vikings are halfway home in the fourth. Service there, number 10 for the Grovers. Kindred's got 8 in that category. Grovers won by 5 in the first. Kindred won by 3 in the second and by 2 in the third. Service by Brink. That'll be down the line. We'll see this with Welsh, able to push this one across. Keller, Onken set. Here comes Kittleson. Christensen able to keep that one alive. Free ball then over by Geiger. Vikings quickly middle. This one is going to be tipped by Kittleson. Kittleson with a free ball over on the third. Christensen to the outside. Here comes middle. Was it deflected? No, it was not. Points here for Kindred. 14-5 in favor of the Vikings. Service here for Kindred with Brink. Brink into the middle. Christensen with the bump. Welsh with the pushover. As you'll see, McQuillan set near sideline. Sanders, one will go out of play and makes it 14-6. As the serve will be upcoming here for Lyndon Broneski. The Grovers, you don't need everything back, but you need about a 4-0 or a 5-0 run quickly here to put some pressure on Kindred. For the Vikings, you'll gladly take a point for the remainder of this set. Collins McQuillan with the pushover. Christensen trying to set it up as Wisegram with the tip, but eventually going underneath. There was Keller. And you'll see a 14-7 point will be awarded here towards Oak Grove. Grovers have already taken one timeout. Kindred has both remaining if needed here in the fourth. Broneski with a good serve. Sanders with a nice dig. Now Taylor on the attack into the net. 14-8. Make sure you stay tuned once we get there after 4, after 5 to our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. We'll get to our player of the game, final numbers, that and more upcoming on the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game report. Kindred, we'll see this one to Collins McQuillan down the line. Christensen with the set to the outside. Foster Devold in for the points. After a little breather on the bench, Elena comes back in and plays on the front row and gets a kill. It's 14-9. Service will continue here for Broneski. 3 straight points by the Grovers. And we'll give a service error. That'll be their 11th, but nice little run there by Broneski. Thinking of a quick side out. Grovers right back in this thing. Well, for the Vikings, Mallory Keller trying to see if she can get a couple of points in a row here at the service line and extend this lead back out for the Vikings. Keller back left corner. Broneski with a good pass to Christensen. Set Foster Devold able to get that one over on the third. Bump Sanders. Little power tip covered by Geiger. Christensen outside. Foster Devold with another hammer. She's got 13, and the Grovers are back within 5. Serve here for Aspen Jose. Jost with the running jump serve, and that's going to be an ace. 15-11 and a timeout here for Autumn Schaefer. So Grover's getting a little bit of a comeback here as they're back within 4 after trailing 13. Make that 14-5 here in the 4th on yourlivevent.com.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
Oak Grove here in the 4th set, down at 1 point again. 14-5, and they've climbed back within 4 points here in set number 4. Time on the floor brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. As the Vikings now have 1 timeout remaining as well here in the 4th set. Jose with the 5th ace of the night for the Grovers. As a team, she will come on and nearly got ace number 6. Here comes Sanders on the attack. Kept alive for a moment by Geiger, but eventually Taylor gets the kill. She's got a sweet 16 in that category, and the Vikings are back up by 5. Serve here for Kindred. This one will be coming down for Collins McQuillan, almost a Swiss Army knife, if you will, for Autumn Schaefer's Vikings club this season. Foster Devold starting to heat up a little bit more here in the 4th. Putting the back to the wall, and sometimes you just see those really talented players with their back to the wall. They come up when it matters most for their teams. Service here for Welsh. Welsh with 5 kills on the night for the Grovers. Keller to Collins, and that eventually will be a point here for Oak Grove. 16-13, closest it's been since it was 6-3 Kindred earlier in the set. Welsh with the serve into the middle. Keller with the pass to McQuillan. Set. Here's a right-handed swing by Odegaard, down for the kill. Kate Odegaard now with 5 here this evening as the Vikings are back up by 4. Sanders to the service line here for Kindred. Sanders into the back right corner. Welsh set. Foster Devold on top of the ribbon, kept alive by Taylor. Trembeth up and out. Maybe missed by an inch or 2, if that, by Trembeth, as Jose somehow let this one ride and try to go out of play and earns the side out here for the Grovers. Foster Devold on to serve. Sanders with the pass to McQuillan. Odegaard with the push down the line. Jose with the pass to Welsh. Set outside. Here goes Middle down the line, and she'll earn the kill. Claire Middle with her 7th kill, and we're to a 2-point contest. Oak Grove trying to get back within 1. Foster Devold to Keller in the back row. Collins McQuillan set. Here comes Odegaard. Welsh unable to handle that one. Nicely done by Odegaard, and she's came up timely here for the sophomore. Vikings up by 3 here in the 4th. Trying to close out the visiting Grovers here tonight. Odegaard with the serve. Grover set. Here comes Rostead with the tip and a good spot. Taya Rostead with her 7th kill of the match. Grover's back within 2. Last time it was a 1-point game. It was 3-2 here in the set. So this one just keeps getting better as the set moves along. Service by Geiger, a rocket. Trembeth sees this one to Collins. Now it'll be Sanders across on the 3rd. Welsh with the set. Here comes for the tip kill again by Weisgram. Well, Weisgram's done that a handful of times here this evening, and the Grovers back within 1. Our lone tie here in the 4th has been at 1 apiece. Geiger to serve, back right. Trembeth to McQuillan. Trembeth with the tip off the side of the block and down for the points. Ivy with her 4th kill. Vikings lead by 2. That was the serving opportunity here with Lauren Onken. Onken, the 5'2 senior. Jose to Welsh. Back set Christensen with the push. Back right corner. Sanders helps it out. Vikings with Trembeth here over the double. Now to Jose. Grovers. Right-handed swing by middle. Down for the points. Claire's got her 8th kill, and the Grovers keep on a knocking back within 1. But can the Vikings keep defending and try to get back up by 2? Speaking of 2, number 2, and Christensen gets the ace. Her 4th of the set, or the match, excuse me, and we are tied at 19 apiece. 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 here in the 4th for Christensen from an ace category. Trembeth will see this eventually for middle. Able to get that one to come down for the block. And for the first time in set number 4, the visiting Grovers have a lead. It's 20-19 Oak Grove here in the 4th. Timeout, Kindred.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite.
Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency here on YourLiveEvents.com. In a volleyball match that has been awfully good here this evening between the Grovers and alongside the Kindred Vikings. That'll be the final timeout here for Kindred as Grovers trying to force this one into a 5th set if they can. Service by Christensen, back left corner. Trembeth with the pass to Collins. Now we'll see it to Kittleson over on the 3rd. Grovers with Christensen set middle. Here's Wisegram. She's blocked. Geiger with the push across the net. Keller is there on the cover. Onken, back set. McQuillan. She's going to be blocked on a double. Here comes Keller. Bump. Sanders. Back row attack. Hits this one to Christensen. Grovers outside middle over the double. In for the kill. How do you do? Middle with her 4th kill of the set, her 9th of the match. 21-19 here for the sophomore. Christensen service there here for Oak Grove, their 12th. Kindred now with a chance to tie at the service line here in the 4th. As Brink will head to the line. So far, Caitlin does have 1 ace here this evening. Vikings have 3 as a team. Brink into the back to Geiger. Set up. Wisegram with the tip. Brink able to cover this one. Christensen set outside middle with a little power push with 2 hands and puts it across. Off the side of Collins and Kittleson. And eventually you'll see middle with the points. 22-20. The difference, quite frankly, in this 4th set and the comeback has been the outside of middle. That one just over. Sanders seizes to Wisegram, kept alive by Kittleson. Dump opportunity. Broneski is there. Christensen outside. Foster Devo then with the tip. There's Onken, as you'll see it now for Sanders. Cross court, and eventually earns the points. Sanders with her 17th kill to lead the floor. As the Grovers up by 1 with a serve here by the libero and Keller here for Kindred. To the middle, Christensen. Here comes Foster Devo right down Broadway. Her 15th kill. Just unable to really put up much of a block there for the Vikings. 23-21. Oak Grove needs 2 points to finish off Kindred here in the fourth to try to get to a fifth. Jose will get one of those two. It's 24-21. At one time trailing in this set, 14-5 Grovers were trailing Kindred. Now have a set point. Jose to Sanders. Onken with the pushover on the second. Grovers, Christensen outside. Foster, Devold, any touch? No touch, ball will be out of play. Points goes to Kindred. We'll play on here in the fourth. Service for Collins McQuillan. Needs two good ones here for the Vikings, at least, to try to extend this one here for Kindred. McQuillan into the middle. Christensen set. Foster Devold for the tip, but into the net. We'll see if Coach Johnson takes the timeout here, and she will here at 24-23. Timeout on the floor here late in the fourth in Kindred.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Division A Region 1 Volleyball here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Both teams out of Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Timeouts for the remainder here of set number 4. Grovers won the first, Kindred won set 2, and Kindred won set number 3. Still a set point opportunity as Collins McQuillan will head to the service line for the Vikings. Service. Just off the ribbon. This will be tight. Christensen able to get that one across on the second. Sanders right-handed swing. There is Broneski. Christensen outside. Foster Devold going cross court as Broneski able to earn the dig. Sanders is blocked but out of play, and the Vikings have tied this puppy up at 24. Our third tie of the set, tied at 119-24. Now the Vikings looking to take the lead. McQuillan's had two good serves, make it a third set. Here comes Foster Devold off the ricochet. Christensen hits it across, but we got a lift. They're going to call it a lift off the ricochet, off the nets, and now you'll see Kindred with the set and now match point advantage as Angie Johnson just trying to get clarification on the lift. After that ricochet for Christensen to push it across. And right now, trying to get the explanation from our officials here as Kindred has now a match point opportunity. If you don't call the lift and the play continues to go on, then you could have Oak Grove possibly. But instead, it's Kindred after the lift violation with a match and set point. McQuillan just missing the back left corner. Ninth service there for the Vikings. We're tied at 25. What is it about a Tuesday night in Kindred? The Vikings with 5 here last week against Valley City. What happens here this Tuesday? Sanders over the double. Sprawn attempts, and eventually the points. Back to a match point here for Sanders and the Vikings. Service for Taylor. And that'll be an ace, and the Vikings have defeated the Grovers. Sanders with the block to finish it off in the third, and she earns the ace here in the fourth as the Kindred Vikings able to pick up the victory here tonight, 20-25, 25-22, 25-23, and 27-25 in a volleyball match that goes 1 hour and 48 minutes here in Kindred. The Vikings now 8-2 on the season, 2-1 in region play. They will make their way to Lisbon on Thursday. While for Oak Grove, they drop to 11-4 on the season and 1-1 in Region 1 play. They will host the Squirrels of Central Cass on Thursday night. Again, the Kindred Vikings pick up the win. Taylor Sanders with 18 kills. Foster Devold with 15 to lead the floor for the Grovers. Our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show is on deck next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Well, if it's a Tuesday here in Kindred, you know we got some good ones. It was last week against Valley City, here tonight again against Fargo Oak Grove, as the Vikings now 2-1 in Region 1 play pick up the victory on our Tommy's Express Car Wash postgame show. Joining us is the head coach, that is Autumn Schaefer. And Autumn, for you guys at the end of the day, the third and fourth sets, you know, you were trailing, you come from behind. Oak Grove is down 14-5. They come from behind and take the lead, but you find a way to win a little bit. What'd you see from your team, especially that scrappy play early in set number 4 where Oak Grove could just never put the ball down?
Yeah, they really wanted it. You know, they took what we learned in practice, what we learned from watching film, and they really put it into play tonight. I think they didn't make a ton of mistakes, and the mistakes that they did make, they learned from pretty quickly and were able to turn it around.
How big is this one? I know it's still early, but how big is it to be now 2-1 in Region 1 play instead of 1-2, especially against a quality opponent in Oak Grove?
Yeah, it's huge for them. I mean, it's changed the game to be able to just start off right away and start getting some W's under our belt. So that helps keep them high intensity.
What worked about the defense tonight? I mean, we saw Caitlin Brink. We saw, obviously, Taylor covering Keller. I mean, just what worked with that back row play here tonight to keep that ball alive against a really good hitter in Elena Foster-Devold, but also just when Oak Grove was trying to get that rally going.
Yeah, being able to read early. You know, we follow the trends. We don't follow the fads. So if someone does something 1 or 2 times, we're not going to change and rearrange all of our defense just because of that 1 point, 2 point rally. So we make sure we stick to what we know. We stick to where we need to be out on the court. And if something changes where it's consistently happening to us, so you saw some of those tips in number 4, then we change our defense a little bit. But other than that, we stick to what we know, and we just work to the court.
Final thing, Adam, what was the message to this team after the win, knowing that you got another really good opponent coming up again on Thursday with Lisbon, more so on the road, and then you kind of get back in the swing of things next week. But what's the message to this team to try to go on the road, pick up a region victory, and get to 3-1 coming up on Thursday night?
Yeah, so we keep telling telling the team that that's a team who cares about one another, trusts one another, and is willing to lay everything on the line for one another. And that's kind of our big trend this season is you got to trust each other, you got to believe in one another, and you got to give it everything you've got all of the time. And so they've really done that. We always have work to do, so we're still going to go out in practice and still grind it and work hard.
Autumn, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck on Thursday.
Thanks.
We'll hear from Miss Taylor Sanders when we would come back after this.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
When you think about North Dakota State College of Science, don't think about college. Don't think about desks. Don't think about buildings. Don't think about our expert instructors or our high-tech classrooms. Think about that new pickup you'll soon be driving. Think about decorating your first apartments. Think about that great job that's already waiting for you. Then, think about how you'll be doing all of those things in just 2 years. North Dakota State College of Science, the smarter way to college.
As we come back on our post-game show, this interview brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. Joining us here is Taylor Sanders, able to lead the floor. We had her down for about 18 kills here tonight. Taylor, just what does it mean? Oak Grove comes in, takes the first set, but you guys find a way. Set number 2, set number 3, and set number 4. We'll talk to you about the ace. We'll talk to you about the block to finish off the third and the fourth. But the first question is, just what did you see from this team to stay resilient and find a way to pick up a really quality Region 1 win here tonight, Taylor?
I think just working hard and working for your teammates. And, we got burned on a couple things, but I feel like we really took what the coaches said and put it into play. So I think that really helped us.
What was sweeter, the block to end the third or the ace to finish the fourth? Which one was sweeter as a volleyball player?
I think the ace.
The ace?
Yeah, because it finishes it off.
Take us through what that was kind of like, because you kind of flipped the script a little bit where Oak Grove had a majority of the lead in the third set. You're able to come back, take a 14-5 lead in the fourth. Here comes Oak Grove. They come and take the lead back. So what was that emotion playing some extra volleyball here in this one?
I think it just kind of lit a fire under us because we were up and then we kind of lost the lead. So I think just really working hard for each other, and we pushed through and we did it.
Talk us through about Collins McQuillan. I called her earlier tonight a Swiss Army knife, right? She can set, she can hit, she does a little bit of everything. What is it like having Collins out there with you?
I think she's a really strong player. We can use her in offense, and then she's also been swinging, so I think that's been really helping us to have another option in the front row.
Final thing for me, Taylor, you got Lisbon on Thursday, back to more region volleyball, a little bit Mayport CG kind of sandwiched in there. Biggest thing that you've learned about your team against Valley City, Northern Cass, and alongside Oak Grove early on in Region 1 play to get to 2-1 would be what as you get ready for another Region 1 contest Thursday?
I think just building confidence within each other and being scrappy and just having trust within your teammates.
Taylor, congratulations on the win. Best of luck in Lisbon.
Thank you.
Taylor Sanders with us here on the post-game show. We'll continue with more after this here in Kindred.
Join us for the Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run, Saturday, October 4th at Oak Grove Park. Every step you take supports Grover athletes, providing equipment, travel, live streaming, and more. Register today at GroverAthleticClub.com and be part of the Oak Grove Homecoming Fun. The Grover Athletic Club Flannel 5K and Fun Run. Let's go, Grover Nation.
Those interviews brought to you in part by DJ Coulter Agency. Go to the man that can cover your can with DJ Coulter Agency as we continue here on our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show here this evening in Kindred. Taking a look again at the final line score. Oak Grove took the first set 25-20, then Kindred would finish it off 25-22, 25-23, and 27-25 here tonight to win it 3-1. And in doing so, improved to 2-1 in Region 1 play. Final stats, Taylor Sanders with 18 kills. Kittleson with 7. He had 6 by Odegaard, 5 by Jordheim, 4 by Trembeth. Collins McQuillan had a couple as well. An ace by Brink, Sanders, McQuillan, and Odegaard here this evening for the Kindred Vikings. 4 total, they had 9 service errors. While for the Grovers, they were led by Elena Foster-Devold with 15 kills. Claire Middle had 10 this evening, 6 by Wisegram, yet 7 by Rosted, 6 by Christensen, 5 by Molly Welsh. The Grovers had 6 aces, 4 by Christensen, and they had 12 service errors here tonight for the Grovers. On our Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show, it's now time to get to our play of the game, brought to you in part by Agassi Precision Egg. And those, again, block to finish the third and the ace to finish the extras in the fourth. And we asked Taylor which one is sweeter. She said the ace just to finish the match off, able to be our play of the game. Brought to you in part by Agassi Precision Egg, your local precision planting dealer. Agassi Precision Egg, visit planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. And we get to our player of the game. Obviously, Taylor Sanders put her name in the hat here tonight for the Kindred Vikings. The same for Foster-Devold as well for Oak Grove. But coming in at timely points in this match was Collins McQuillan as well. A couple of kills, an ace, a handful of assists here in this one with a block. Collins McQuillan, just with what she was able to do at different particular times here tonight, is our player of the game as well. Brought to you in part by Enbridge. Go to Enbridge.com. Life takes career opportunities. That again is Enbridge.com. As we continue here on the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show, taking a look at what the Region 1 standings look like. Valley City now 3-0 in Region 1 play. You have Central Cass at 2-1 with Kindred at 2-1. Oak Grove is 1-1. The Broncos of Lisbon 1-2. Northern Cass 0-2 in Wahpeton 0-3. Some finals for Region 1 contests again this evening. Valley City sweeps by Wahpeton, and Central Cass with a sweep of Northern Cass here this evening as well. So that's a look at your out-of-town scoreboard. Here's some matches that are upcoming on Thursday. Northern Cass will visit Valley City. Central Cass visits Fargo Oak Grove and downtown Fargo on your live event. And Kindred will visit Lisbon, also on yourliveevent.com. Brent Dick will have the call for you on that one. Again, at Tommy's Express Car Wash, love your ride at your locally Tommy's Express Car Wash. Sign up in the app for your first free month of unlimited washing and make Tommy's Express Car Wash your spot. Tommy's Express Car Wash with 2 locations in Fargo and 2 in Moorhead. They have the tools and the expertise to keep your car clean inside and out, whether it's a nice sunny day, whether you get some rain coming up, or anything else in between with what the fall will have in store. So the Grovers again back on your live event on Thursday. Kindred back on your live event Thursday as well. Football reminder at 6 o'clock from West Fargo Horace on Friday night against the Jamestown Blue Jays. We'll have that for you here on your live event. Until Thursday night, enjoy the rest of your week. And join us for more high school volleyball in Minnesota and North Dakota on Thursday, and the same for high school football on Friday. Again, your final here in Kindred, it's 20-25, 25-22, 25-23, 27-25. Kindred picks up the 4-setter tonight in Region 1 play on your live event.